Hey everyone, this is Matt. Welcome back to my channel, Blind to Billionaire. What is vitiligo? That's a great question. The answers and some examples are coming up.
Good job, man.
Hey everyone, so what is vitiligo? Vitiligo is the loss of pigment in your skin, which actually makes your skin so it's not able to tan. So someone like me who gets tan pretty easily and I actually get pretty dark, my vitiligo is actually very present in the summer when I get tan. So as I said in the intro, I'll show you some examples. I do have vitiligo. I've had it since I was about 12. So I don't know, 21 years or so. I'm currently 33. So anyway, I'll show you what's interesting about me. I don't know if this is the same case with everybody, but what I found with me is that it follows my joints. So I'll show you some examples. I have it here on my hands, both of my hands. So these places that I'm showing you, it's been in all these places for many years. It hasn't spread and it also hasn't gone away. So my hands, I also have it on my elbows. And then I'll show you another place. I have it along my waistline. So along here, there's a couple spots. And then over on my side here. It's actually just a really nice day here. I was hanging out at the lake and thought, hey, maybe I should make a quick video about vitiligo since it seems like there's plenty of people out in the community that have it. And yeah, just thought it'd be interesting to share. I also have it on my knees here. Spot on my knee. Also my other knee. And then on my feet as well. And then my other foot has a big spot too. So yeah, so my vitiligo actually first showed up when I was I think I was in 6th grade. So I would have been roughly 12 years old at that time. It showed up on my right knee as just a big white spot. I don't know if it just appeared one day or if it progressively got there. I don't really remember. I just remember going to school late in the year and I was sitting in math class and a kid walks up, I was wearing shorts, and a kid walked up and said, "Hey, what's wrong with your knee?" And, you know, being 12, I was really self-conscious about it. And I said, "Oh, I was working outside this weekend and I had mud on my knee and I was outside all day and I got tan, and then when I washed the mud off, the spot underneath the mud didn't get tan." You know, kind of a clever excuse at the age of 12, but that's what I said, and it worked for the time. But that's actually not the case. I was just too embarrassed. I didn't know what to say to that. So I kept making excuses. I had quite a few people ask me what it was, and eventually I just stopped wearing shorts because I was really embarrassed and self-conscious about it. So I didn't know what to do. So then eventually it was on my knee, like I said, and then eventually over the course of a few years it spread onto, you know, my other knee, my feet, around my waistline, my elbows, my hands. I also do have it on my armpits, but I won't show you that part. And like I said, I first noticed it when I was 12, and I'm currently 33 now, so, you know, roughly 21 years or so I've had it. And I went to a dermatologist because we didn't know what was going on, and he said, "Yep, it's vitiligo. It's the loss of pigment in your skin. It's not a problem. I mean, it's cosmetically, it looks different, but other than that, it's not fatal. It's not bad in any way. It sunburns fairly easily, and when it does sunburn, it can actually spread more easily if it's sunburned. And it also turns hot, like hot pink. A few months ago, I was on vacation in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, and one of my favorite things to do was play in the sand. Well, I put sunscreen on my hands, and then when I went out to play in the sand, all the sunscreen was wiped off from the sand. Well, then I got sunburnt on my hands really bad, and my hands were just on fire, and they were like hot pink. Well, it hasn't spread from what I can notice, but one of the things the dermatologist said was make sure you use sunscreen and keep it covered from the sun, and just make sure you don't get it sunburnt at any time because it burns very easily. and it can possibly spread when it burns. So as of now, there's still no cure for vitiligo. It's not really a big deal. For me personally, I don't really care about it anymore. I was really self-conscious about it until I was about 21, and then I just don't care anymore. I don't even notice I have it. Nobody asks me about it. I don't even notice it's there. And when I was at the dermatologist, he gave me a cream, Fluocinonide cream. It's a topical steroid, and I used that for quite a few years. And actually, when you spread it around on the vitiligo, typically twice a day is what I used to do. I don't use it anymore, but when I did, over the course of several weeks and months of using this cream twice a day, the vitiligo will actually start to become polka dotted, like polka dots all over, and the pigment will actually come back. It's a very long process, and it actually does regain the pigment, but like I said, you have to use this cream for several months, and then it slowly comes back. In fact, this spot I have here on my side, this actually used to be a lot bigger, but I used that cream for quite a while, and I actually regained about half of the pigment in that area, as well as this spot here. This used to be way up in this area, kind of like that, and I used this cream on it, and it actually has the pigment again. You know, not all of it, but it reduced in size by about 50% just by using that Fluocinonide cream. So anyway, that is my experience with vitiligo and some examples of the vitiligo that I have. What is also interesting about vitiligo is that it's a pigment, it's a loss of pigment, and then I also do have retinitis pigmentosa, which according to the definition is also a loss of pigment in the retina. So what's been interesting about that is when I've been to the ophthalmologist, I've said, is there any correlation between RP and vitiligo? And the answer has always been no, but it seems a little bit suspicious to me. So anyway, that's my experience. If you haven't already, do me a huge favor, subscribe to my channel. Otherwise, hit the like button and leave any comments or questions that you have down below. And I personally do answer all questions and comments that come into my channel. Thanks again for watching. I will see you tomorrow.